good? We back. I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
And this is JANA After Dark. How you feel?
I'm good.
Got my baby
a little
with
furry
me.
tonight. I'm giving Winter Wonderland vibes.
Look, man. I ain't even going to start because if I start, I'm going to be here all night.
I'm being extra. This is how I feel tonight. This is how I feel.
That. You can do that. It's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right.
We got the good intro now.
Yes.
We booming. You know what I'm saying?
Got a few episodes in. Episode 7.
Yeah, Dana was telling me, she was like, we got a few episodes in now, so it's time that we get us a good intro.
Yeah.
Like a good dope intro. So
I feel like every great show has a great intro.
Yeah.
Or it's memorable.
Hope y'all love the intro. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to Jae Millz TV.
Hit that button.
I could keep giving y'all this dope content. You know what I'm saying? If all of y'all don't like it, I could just curve this shit. I could just be like, you know what? It's a dub.
No, we don't have to curve it. They can change to another channel. How about that?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm not curving it. So, like, we getting so much good feedback on it. I think this is something that we got to keep building on. Even on the times where we may look at the views and it's like, damn, we could have got more views than that. It's like you can't really look at the views. My boy that do pod media, my boy GC, he was telling me about a year and some change ago, don't focus on the views. Just create your library.
Yes.
You know, create your content. Stay consistent.
Stay consistent.
The consistency is what matters more than the views. You can have 4 episodes and have a lot of views, or you can have 40 episodes. The views might not be that good, but the content is amazing.
Yes.
The conversation is amazing.
Yes. And Kobe said something very similar to what you're saying.
We're in our Kobe year too, 2-4.
Yes, we are. The Mamba. Kobe said something very similar to what you're saying a few years back in an interview, and I always remember this. It's not about working while everybody's watching. And I'm not quoting his exact words. It was something similar to what I'm saying. I can't remember the exact quote, but he was saying it's about the work you put in when nobody's watching and nobody's paying attention. That's when you create that mama mentality.
Yeah.
Working when nobody's paying attention. So sometimes when we don't have the numbers that we would like to have, we feel like nobody's watching.
Yeah.
But shout out to all the people that have been consistent. They've been texting,
shout out to
DMing us, leaving comments, reposting.
We appreciate that.
And there is people that do that consistently. We're being consistent every week, and they're being consistent with watching. So shout out to those people. And like Kobe said, it's about working hard when you feel like nobody's watching.
That's the work that matters.
That's the work that always matters, and that's the
all
work
of the
that's
work
going to help you
matters,
through.
to be clear.
But that work right there is the toughest because you feel like, oh my God, we're only human. So
because
we feel
if nobody's watching, that
it's like,
means
what am I doing it for?
You're doing this for yourself.
Right.
You know, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
if
so we're
nobody's
only
watching,
human.
that's the work that you're putting in for yourself. You're not trying to get no recognition for this. You don't want no points for this. The points you're going to get for this is going to be
and it'll pay off later.
God, yeah.
But the thing is that we're human, so we have feelings just like anybody else. You know, we have high expectations for ourselves, just like anybody else. And if you're not your biggest cheerleader, then who is?
I tell you all the time, we got to be each other's biggest fans. You know.
You know, and I watched the interview with Iverson the other day, and he was saying, "I just love people that love me." So, in that sense, we love all the people that love us for being us. And the content that we're putting out, the people that support, the people that send us private DMs, the people that text or call and say, hey, that episode was amazing. I don't care who's watching it. I'm watching it. It was great. Keep it going.
Yeah.
We appreciate those people and we love them. So I understood what Iverson meant by that. I love people that love us. Like we can't be anybody but us. This is who we were designed to be. So hopefully you love it, and if you don't, unfortunately, you know, you missed out on some great people.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Everything ain't for everybody, and there's other channels that you can turn to. Yeah. You know, no love lost.
This is episode 7, though.
Episode 7.
We getting a little more comfortable with this. It's flowing a lot easier. So hopefully y'all love it, and if you don't,
go to the next.
I don't know what to tell you because it is what it is. Yeah. This is what we're doing over here, man. So you know, this is episode 7, JANA After Dark. Yes. The other day, my baby stepped out with me. My baby stepped out with me to an event that she don't use.
Oh my God!
Now, I gotta explain this because I don't want to say.
Do.
I don't want to say that you went to an event with me and people feel like you was in there burning it down, right? So my boy,
I'm not a smoker.
my boy Matt at the Astor Club. Shout out to the Astor Club out in New York
shout
City.
out to the Astor Club.
Private members spot. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you don't, then you're not supposed to know. Then.
Well, he's not only in New York now.
Yeah. You know, they just had a grand opening for a spot out here in California, in Los Angeles. Shout out to Viola. Shout out to Al Harrington.
Yes.
Went to the we went to the event the other day, but Dana wasn't smoking. Dana does not smoke. She was in there the whole. Soon as we walked out, I walked out of there floating. I was like, oh, that was a great event. She walked out of there like,
my hair
smells like. I'm like, oh my.
And I had a fur coat on, so it was like my hair, my coat, but it didn't smell too bad when we came home.
It was cool.
But for those that don't smoke like myself, I think
she's not a smoker.
I'm not a smoker. For example, I always tell him it's like when you're around people that smoke cigarettes, you're not a cigarette smoker.
Oh,
so
yeah.
To you,
don't light no cigarette around me.
So
I'll grab it and go like that and throw it.
So to you, the smell gets to you. So to me, the weed smoke always goes like in my hair. That's like always the first thing that I smell it on is my hair because I wear my hair down a lot. And I was just like, oh God, Jarvis, my hair is gonna smell like a smoke out. But I thought it was a dope event. Everybody was nice. Everybody was cool. Shout out to Wale. Wale.
Hold on. I'm going to get to the Wale part of the story.
Shout out to Wale.
I totally forgot that.
I never met Wale in person, and I'm always been a fan. And I know that's somebody that Jarvis is cool with,
funny,
you know, and he known
cool.
for over the years.
And soon as Wale sees me, right? Soon as Wale sees me, I know he was floating a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He had his shades on. You know, he was like, oh, my Virgo twin. He just reached right over this girl's face.
Millz. Yeah,
he reached right over her face, reached over like, wow, girls. They probably
had like a Virgo moment.
They was probably like, oh, Wale about to say what's up to us. He's like, oh, my Virgo twin. What's up, bro?
Yeah, had like a whole moment with his Virgo.
That was too funny. And she always tell me Wale, you know what I'm saying? She always tell me Wale got to perform at our wedding. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get a chance to like get that far into it, but I was like, yo, this is my fiance, this is my Gemini. Yeah. And he looked, he said, oh, a Gemini.
Because he had a Gemini.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Wale.
And so anybody who knows, anybody who's a Virgo or a Gemini, and they had, I know my fur does a lot of that. But anybody that's a Virgo or a Gemini and they had a Virgo Gemini connection at some point in their journey of life, they understand that bond.
Virgo Gemini.
And his was so crazy. He made a song about the Gemini. So that's like our inside joke. We think about Wale. We like, oh, and that's why he said this is my Gemini. So that was the inside joke.
Man Wale.
Yeah, there's a lot of great.
Alchemist was DJing.
Yes.
Alchemist was DJing. Yes. Like I said, Al Harrington was in there. Shout out to Viola. Al Harrington, I ain't gonna lie, Al Harrington is a tall ass nigga sitting down.
Super cool though.
Super cool, man.
He looks exactly the way I remember him from the 90s.
Word,
it's crazy.
He still look like
didn't age.
He still look like he running up and down the court.
I told Jarvis, I was like, wow, I remember seeing him at the 3-on-3 at the Garden back in the 90s when I was like going to high school.
A 3-on-3?
The 3-on-3 game that the high schools play in New York and Jersey at the Garden. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like three.
The All-American game, or
no? It's not an All-American game. It's like 3 high schools play 3 high schools.
Oh, you got me right now.
And we used to go, and it was always at the Garden.
If she really is talking about like a 3-on-3 game, forgive me for not knowing.
And
I sound stupid.
I remember seeing him at that game. He played for St. Patrick's. That was in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah, you got me beat.
And we went to go see Halim's brother. He had played for St. Anthony's at the time. So that was my god brother. Shout out to my god brother Halim. And
she said that was like
he still is, but no, not like that. He knows Halim, but I just wanted to describe what was going on. And I remember Al Harrington back to that. Like that was 20-something plus years ago.
It's dope to see like,
and he still looks the same.
It's dope to see where a lot of basketball players took their next chapter of
in the cannabis business.
Yeah, you know, like you was talking about Iverson earlier. Al Harrington got an Iverson strain.
Yeah, he got the Bubba
You
Chuck.
know, so
I'm not a smoker, but I know about all of this
look,
stuff.
she talking about he got the Bubba Chuck.
He got the Bubba Chuck.
Check her out.
I thought
You
it
know
was
what I'm saying?
dope, but I'm not a smoker. But
the event was
really
incredible.
cool.
The event was incredible. So shout out to my man Matt.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that got something to do with the Astor Club, whether it's the NYC
And they had dope gift
spot
bags.
or the LA spot. The gift bag was amazing. I'm
Yeah.
still floating from what I got in the gift bag. So
Yeah.
shout out to y'all.
Yeah, so that was dope.
A lot of people. We was talking about the Astor Club event, and it was in California. It was
in California.
Where was it at?
I want to say it wasn't far.
It wasn't Melrose. La Cienega.
It was on La Cienega.
It was like up there in that area, right?
Not far from the Sofitel. It was
And
in
a
the
lot of
area.
people always ask me, how do I like living in California?
I laugh
You know,
at this question.
Yeah, a lot of people always ask me, how do I like living in California? And they always say, that's the first thing they ask me is, do I like it?
Yeah.
Right? And the first thing I used to say was, well, that's where my family is at. Like, not my family.
Well, it's the well
Not
that
the
gets me.
Millz family, because I know my Millz family going to watch this and be like, what you mean your family there? Because technically, I don't have a Millz that lives here. You know what I'm saying? Journey. Okay, yeah, cool. But this is my family, you know, like my fiance and my kids and everything. So I always used to say, if I didn't have family here, like if the kids wasn't here and if you wasn't here, I might not be living in California.
Right.
But as time go on, you be like, man, sometimes it's a breath of fresh air to not live where I grew up at. And
we touched on that last episode.
yeah, and it's a breath of fresh air sometimes to just live life. I'm trying to word this right where it don't sound like I'm downplaying it. Like live life where people they don't know you. What's the cheers, Johnny? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Some people want to live their life where everybody knows their name.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? I've been me since I was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Like I went to Wet Willie's. Well, I don't want to say I went to Wet Willie's.
You've been
I went to Miami. I was on
you.
South Beach at
let
15.
Me stop you. You've been you since you were born.
Yes,
September 11, 82. You were you.
But since like
the rapper.
The rapper part, I've been there since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, living in Los Angeles and being able to just go places with my daughter and everybody not so, Jae Millz, I remember we went to school
Disclaimer,
together.
there is people that do that.
No, there are people.
We have been at football games. We have been in Target.
But I could float under the radar. Like
he thinks that he's floating, but people always notice
I can go to
him.
one of Anthony's football games.
No,
and yeah, some of the kids, they may notice you. The parents may notice you. That's cool. But
it's not as bad
going
as it
to
would
a
be
game,
in
a
New
high
York.
school game in Harlem
would be
a total different thing. So
It
I
would.
get to experience things. I get to like.
But every time he thinks he's low, somebody's always like, I know that's not who I think it is.
So this is the thing with surviving in LA, right? And I'm gonna break this down. This is just me being somebody that's from a different coast. Okay. Not only a different city, a different state, a different hood,
coast.
A whole different time zone. You know, so you can understand when I say this. I always tell people I had to learn very quick what hats not to wear. I had to learn very quick because I used to be on weed maps. I was one of them people that would go on weed maps and be like, oh, I'm going to 61st and Slauson dispensary because they got some good deals in there.
To go to these
and she used to be like,
streets.
Jarvis, you can't.
You're not going
Don't
there.
go there. Don't ever go there again. Like,
but in your mind, you were thinking like, I heard this street name in so-and-so movie. And I'm like, yeah, it was in the movie, but you don't need to go there.
My thing used to always be, well, I'm not bothering nobody. I ain't wearing the wrong colors. I'm not bringing attention to myself. I used to take my jewelry off, go to the dispensaries. I remember when COVID hit, not saying I loved when COVID hit because I lost a lot of people during COVID. But when COVID hit and I had to wear the mask.
You had to wear
I had to wear the hat, the mask, hoodie. Oh, I could get low. I could just go in somewhere. They don't even notice me. But you got to be respectful.
Yeah,
you got to be respectful in every city. It's a hood in every city in every state.
Definitely.
But in Los Angeles, it's more so it's very heavy gang influenced, right?
It is.
Heavy
And it has
gang
been for
influenced,
decades.
right? I grew up in New York City. We got Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Jamaicans, West Indian. It's a big melting pot.
Yes, it is.
In Los Angeles, you got blacks whites,
Latinos,
Armenians, and Mexicans. And you gotta know how to handle yourself when you come across Mexicans. You gotta know how to handle yourself when you come across some niggas who just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and it's like, I don't bang. Where you from?
Yeah.
You don't want to say I'm from New York. You don't want to say I'm from Harlem. I'm neutral.
But disclaimer, they know that he's not from here by the way that he pronounces words.
I could go in the store and say, let me get some backwoods. Let me get a Dutch. Let me get a pack of Swishes. They be like, no, they don't say where you from. They say, you from back east, right?
Or they know. I should say they're thinking.
The moral of the story is, to survive in LA, you gotta know how to move, man. Yeah, you gotta know how to
and take heed to the things that people are telling you.
It's nothing wrong.
See, you listen to the things that people tell you. When JD tell you something, you listen.
Shout out to my man JD, Baller Bellies, man.
When I tell you things, you listen. You don't just be like, oh, she's just talking just to be talking.
No.
You understand that. It's the same as when I go to New York and I'm in Harlem and I'm just like, I want to get some Kennedy Fried Chicken. You like, Dana, we can't go there.
Well,
Jarvis, I want to go to the seafood spot.
All right, but we're not going to that
Or I want to
spot.
chop cheese.
Cool, we can get a chopped cheese. You just can't go to Haji's at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's why we use 6. 6 went in and got me.
Look, listen, to survive in LA is the same thing as surviving anywhere else. You got to be respectful. You got to know how to move. You got to know where you can move and where you can't. That's another thing, real quick before we go to another topic. With the whole LA thing, it's not about proving, man, these niggas, cause back in New York, that's what New York niggas say. Man, these niggas know better. Niggas ain't gonna play with me. I could walk through any block I want. I could walk on any avenue I want. Niggas ain't gonna play with me because they know what's gonna happen if it goes there. LA niggas don't care.
No, they don't care.
You know what I'm saying? I say this all the time. If a nigga, God bless the dead, but if y'all didn't learn anything about Nipsey's passing, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. But if y'all didn't learn anything about just the way he died and the culture of Los Angeles, then you just don't get it.
Are just so many people we lost,
Just in general.
We just lost in general over the years.
I'm not trying to change the subject, but I was just looking at the Steve Harvey show when we were setting up, right?
God.
And
Merlin Santana.
and Romeo was on the show. And I was just thinking like how he got killed. In LA.
He's not even from LA, another one.
But sometimes you just
get so
think
comfortable.
You comfortable. You know what I'm saying? There's been many times I've been out here comfortable. I done got into things in LA where I probably was too comfortable leaving the gym. Oh my God. And it went left.
And I'm
and
just
it could have went all the way
I'm born
left.
from here and I'm like, Jarvis, I stay on you constantly.
You gotta move right.
Make sure you don't get too comfortable. I'm from here and I'm still on my P's and Q's all the time with the kids. And
can't wear your jewelry everywhere, man.
And just being mindful. Like, you don't want to stop, You
can't wear that color because
stop thinking it won't happen to you. Look. And I grew up in the era of the Colors movie and South Central. We know the brother who wrote the South Central movie. And, shout out to Donald Bakir. He goes to the Mass Street with us. Known him for years, him and his family. But those things are real. Like, I grew up in the jungle and T. Rogers used to come around the block all the time. Like, I remember him.
You can't. So
this is real.
You
like,
can't just do what you want
like
to do.
It's real.
How you want to do it when
and
you
I'm from here, and I still am
not.
like always like, be careful. I'm like that with Anthony. I'm like that when I take Journey out. And trust me, I love my city. I think it's amazing. And even when we go back to Harlem, I'm like, Jarvis, can we go to the block party thing?
Yeah,
and he's like, all right, Dana, bump your brakes. Some things we can't do.
You got to just know how to move.
I love being in the community and doing things and giving back.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes, like, even when I go back home with you, you're like, okay, Dana, we can't do that act. I'm like, well, let's go support your friends. Let's go to their events. Let's go. He's like, well, let me check it out and make sure if it's okay for us.
Let me call somebody over there and see if it's. And sometimes my friends would be like,
no,
nah, this ain't for you.
Shout out to Chio because he'll tell us. Clearly,
I done been.
He'll tell us like, no, you're not bringing. I
remember times. It would be like, we go into a spot and my peoples might see me coming in the spot, like coming through the door, and they might be in a section, and they'll leave and come out and be like, nah,
it's not for you.
I remember one time I had just got a new necklace, right? And we was going in Zip Code in Harlem. Rest in peace, Von Zip.
Zip Code was
we was going
spot.
in Zip Code.
Early
and Zip Code
2000s.
was across the street from St. Nick Project. So if you had any smoke
Now,
with
who's from
anybody,
St. Projects? Give us an idea.
I'll be here all day.
Just shout out a few people.
I'll be here all day. I just shout out to everybody from St. Nick Projects. I'm trying to stay on course with the story. If you ever been to Zip Code, then you already know how to win. The glass was set up to see outside. I'm about to come into Zip Code, and I had my new chain on. My man
God.
GY, he must have saw me through the glass from their section. They put their jackets on, and everybody came outside and said, yeah, we out, we leaving. You can't come in here.
So you can see the door from the...
No, you know how like you in the section and you can see the glass to the front of like the
I never.
I guess in the daytime, you know how in the daytime something might be a restaurant and in the nighttime it's a club. So the glass you can see outside. And they must have saw me like about to go through security and get checked. Nah, we out, bro. You can't come in here. This ain't.
Well, your friends do that a lot, I will say.
But that's just understanding how to move. So when you in LA,
It's the
same
same
rules
thing.
apply. It's the same
I
rules
mean,
apply.
my family, friends, people we know, they'll tell us like, no, this is not an event that you and Jay want to come to.
The same rules
you guys
apply.
got to be easy. Like, this is not somewhere that you guys should be.
You ever been to any like video shoots in LA?
Yes, I've been to a lot. Actually,
Like any video shoots that went left?
I won't say went left. My very, very first video shoot that I went to in LA, and my mother can contest to this, was a Tone Loc video shoot. We were actually out somewhere with me, my mom, and like one of her girlfriends. We were out somewhere.
How old were you?
I was younger than Journey. I was under 10. Let's say
you
that.
was under 10 years old at a
I want to
Tone
say
Loc
I was
video shoot.
between 8 and 9 years old. So it was like, I want to say maybe early 90s.
You was at Funky Cold Medina? That was
I don't remember which song it
Tone
was for.
Loc did Wild Thing?
Yeah, but it wasn't Wild Thing. It was outside, and I'll paint the setting for you. They were having dogs. They had like a dog fight.
Yo.
That was the scene. It was on a
Now,
block
look,
in
I
LA.
didn't say anything, but this story is going going left. But
my
I'm
mom
going
can
to
attest to
I'm
it.
with you.
It was a dog fight outside, and we were out somewhere with one of her girlfriends, and we were riding around, and they pulled over because we seen a group of people with dogs, and we was just like, oh, what's going on? They was like, oh, it's a video shoot, and they parked and got out, and we was like, oh, it's a video shoot. So we seen the cameras and stuff, and I remember when we kind of walked over to the crowd to see what they were doing, they had like 2 dogs fighting, and that was my first time seeing a dog fight in person, and it was a video, and I don't remember what video it was, but it was a Tone Loc video shoot. That was like my first time seeing a video shoot in LA, in the streets of LA. Crazy.
Yeah.
But I vividly remember that. Like, I don't remember the song, but I remember the dogs fighting and seeing him with the Loc shades on. It's crazy. It was an iconic memory for me. What was your first video shoot you remember that you've been to?
Man, that's a good question. I don't really.
I assume it was
I
like
can't
in New
really,
York somewhere.
It was definitely in New York. It was.
You can't remember the first one. That was the first one I went.
super young. You know why? Because it was a lot of times that video shoots might happen in Harlem, but I can't really. I know I do remember being at Cam 357 video.
Ooh.
Where him and Mace was like running on.
Ooh, we were in high school
Broadway.
then.
They had the red and blue levers on,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the video, it goes in the horse and carriage.
That was iconic because
But
I used
then-
to
but
listen
that's
to
like
that
when they
on
fell
my
out.
Discman. I used to listen to that on my
They
Discman
shot
on the way
that.
to
They shot
school.
that on. They shot that on in Harlem on Broadway.
So you remember seeing that?
I remember going to my man
You
A7
remember, like,
house
what they
after
had
school.
on?
They had on the red. One of them had on the red lever with the red hat. One had on the
Mm-hmm.
blue lever with the blue hat. And I remember being like, because I grew up listening to them on mixtapes. So
Well,
now
that's
they got
crazy.
their
I never heard that
deals.
story.
Now Mace got a deal. Cam got a deal. And I'm
And you
like,
were like a super Mace fan.
yeah, I'm at the video show. I
So
remember
were you
Huddy
just
was
like
there.
coming out of school or something? Or
We
you
was
just
getting off the
passing?
train on 145th and
Oh,
Broadway.
so it wasn't
we was
like
getting off the one
y'all
train.
just happened to bump into it.
A7 lived on 145th and Riverside, and the one train was on 145th and Broadway. So we would get off the
crazy.
train and have to walk 1 block to go to his crib. When we got off the train, we see the trailers and all that.
And the cameras and stuff.
And yeah, and you saw like Harlem World was there, Cam, I think Gemini was there. It was a few of them there. And I remember being like, and like you hear the dun dun.
Oh,
dun,
you heard
dun,
the
dun,
music, so you
and
remember.
then you see them running, and they just keep doing scenes running. I'm
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
Like,
Like I could vividly remember listening to that on my Discman on the way to
hold on,
school.
was that was 357 before Hate Me Now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, then it was because I was at Hate Me Now video shoot too. Yeah, Lou
Okay.
Rawls,
Give us the
Rawls, Nas, and Diddy hop. I know you ain't supposed to say Diddy name right now. I get it. I get that. But Diddy, Lou Rawls, and Nas hopped out the Bentley drop top.
So where were you at?
I was
on the
standing
street?
right
Across the
against
street?
wall. No, I was standing right against the wall. It was me. I think it was me, Tone, and Naj, Shine. I remember because this was the night I met Shine. Yeah, it was the first night I met Shine.
Wow.
I never forget that.
So you showed up. You were in high school.
I was a kid. I don't even think
When
I
Hate
had.
Me Now came out, I was in high school.
I don't think I had heard this song yet. Was
And
this
you were there for the scene when they hopped out the drop top.
the white fur joint with the
And it was in the middle of winter.
Yeah, it was brick.
And they hopped out a drop top.
Yeah,
That just shows you the vibe.
And
it was
Nas
on.
had a tank top on.
In the middle of winter in a drop top.
Yo,
my vibe. That's my vibe with the heat on.
They was with You'll Never Find. I was like, did they just hop out with the telethon, nigga? Like,
Yo, you said Nas had your Virgo brother
all white,
had a white tank top
with the hat,
in the middle
the hat
of winter.
that Frank Lucas had on at the fight. He
So
had
at
that
this
joint
point,
on.
you had on a winter coat and he had on a tank top.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Hate Me Now video shoot. You know why that was a wild video shoot for me?
I still love it.
It was a few more video shoots that I was at.
But those are the ones the
But-
first couple you remember.
I remember the Hate Me Now video shoot because it was big. Like they shot it down like in
Block
Times
was shut
Square.
down.
Block was shut down. You see it, and I'm in high school, so I'm a kid, and
Wow,
I'm looking at all of this
crazy.
like, yo, this is.
That's crazy.
I don't know. So I think that was my first time. I've been to
Seeing
other
a
video
big
shoots.
production.
That
like
was my
that.
first time being that close to it. I've been to other video shoots. I remember I went to. This is going to sound wild. This is a wild combination of people, right? But
Lou
God
Rawls and Nas was a
that was crazy. God bless the dead. But K Slay had a song on one of his albums, and it was K Slay featuring Loon,
Okay.
Foxy, A. Marie.
Yes, I remember that.
And I remember they
He
shot.
knows I'm a big Foxy fan.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Shout out to Fox. I remember we was in I forgot where they shot the video at. It was like up in the Bronx or like.
But I remember that song.
It was so cold that it was in the middle of the projects and some other niggas' projects too. I remember that. It was.
But wait,
freezing.
you always seem to be near the projects at some point and never lived in the projects.
The best
That's
I ever
crazy-
had video shoot. Drake.
He's always near the project.
Drake, why did you shoot your video? Kanye shot the video. That's crazy where Drake and Kanye is at now. And to know
Iconic.
that Kanye
Iconic.
shot Drake's first video, that was a
In
wild day.
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. And niggas tried to rob me.
And nobody was from Brooklyn.
None of us from Brooklyn. That's probably why niggas tried to rob me. Niggas, not only did they try to rob me, they tried to kill me.
Well, let's go back. The fact that Kanye was
I said
directing
niggas tried
Drake's-
to kill me, and she said, all right, fuck that shit. Niggas tried to kill you. Let's
No,
go
I
back to
didn't
Kanye
say
and
that.
Drake, though. I
It
know you
just
almost
said-
died
'cause
that
you-
day. But let's go back to Kanye and Drake. All right, cool. Let's talk about Kanye and Drake then. Like, fuck my life.
No, you're still here. You're still standing.
Monica, she was like, I'm
You're
still
still standing.
standing.
Why did we do
What
the
was
same
that
thing?
move?
We did it at the same time. Oh
Yeah,
my
man,
God.
Yeah, the best I ever had video shoot was dope.
Crazy.
Well, I could go that. I'll be here forever.
You did so many, but let's just say this: videos that you were not in. What was the best? I ain't gonna say the best. I'll say, what was the one of the most memorable video shoots you've been to? It doesn't have to be your number one, but that you've seen the craziest. Because you've been to a lot of video shoots over the years.
Oh, I went to the Lil Kim. Shout out to my peeps. For
Shout
the
out to the
Bentleys, the
Queen Bee.
Hummers, the Benz. Whoa, whoa. Oh, man, Mr. Cheeks, they was in the street like that. Me and Ron Browse was way in
And
the
it was
back.
cold.
Why do niggas? God bless the dead. K Slay. Man, Slay was there.
You spent a lot of time with K Slay.
I spent a lot of time with K Slay, man. Rest in peace to K Slay.
That's how you got to the
man.
video, K Slay? K Slay?
I don't know.
He told you to come down?
I think me and Tone might have went down there.
Oh, okay.
Well, it might have. I don't know if Naj took me because Naj used to do a lot of work with like Hillary and Jean and
Okay,
Queen B.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who took me, but I was definitely at that. I was at the. Hold on. Now I gotta go down the line, man.
You got to think about it for a minute.
I was at Lil' Kim, the original "Put Your Lighters Up" video.
Oh, to put your lighters up.
She shot one
That's one of my
video
favorite Lil' Kim
and she
songs.
didn't like it, and then she went back and did a whole nother.
Oh,
video.
you dropping gems on me. That's one of my favorite songs, and I didn't even know it was 2 videos.
Yeah, it's
for that
definitely
song.
2 videos.
So you've seen both.
Yes. The first video, we was in like a lounge in Brooklyn. It was very gritty. How do I always end up in Brooklyn?
You love Brooklyn.
You know something? This wasn't a topic, but I used to always get caught up with Brooklyn girls, yo.
You love Brooklyn. You love Brooklyn.
Shout out
He
to
listened to a
Brooklyn.
lot of
I love
Foxy and
all-
Kim, so
I
I
love
think he
all
loved
the 5 boroughs. I love all the 5
I
boroughs.
think he had a thing for the Brooklyn.
I love
It was
Brooklyn,
a little sassy, you
but
know.
I felt like Brooklyn didn't love me when I used to
Well,
be
the
in
guys
Brooklyn.
probably didn't like
Yeah,
you, but
the
the,
nigga
the girls probably.
Some of my best friends are from Brooklyn, but I feel like when I'm in
Yeah, a few
Brooklyn,
joints
when I
from
was in
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn
huh?
on Jae Millz
Well,
time,
I lived in Brooklyn for a
Niggas
minute,
was-
so yeah.
yeah, niggas wasn't feeling Jae Millz like in Brooklyn. Like Jarvis, Jarvis, my homie. Jae Millz, and I take that shit back uptown on the 3 train. Don't bring that shit to New Lots. Take that to 148th Street. Like,
Can't take
don't.
the 4 train all the way up.
What the 4-3? No, none of that, man. Hold on, I'm trying to think because now you got me thinking about video shoots, right?
He's been to a lot of iconic
I've been
video
to a
shoots.
lot of video.
I've been to a few over my time.
I've been to a lot of video. A lot of.
You've been
I used
to
to go
them
to a lot
coast
of.
to
I used to go
coast,
to a
though.
lot
You've
of
been to
Rough
them
Rider
in-
video shoots.
New York, LA, Miami. Have you been in any in Atlanta?
Yes, that's crazy. You just said that. Wayne was shooting a video. Him and Birdman was shooting a video, and they was using what's the guy house? He used to play for the Giants. OC. I'm sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. I think his name was OC Umanora. I might be pronouncing it wrong.
This is when we need Anthony. He's
Yeah,
a true Giants
I should call him upstairs. Right now.
This is a true Giants.
But they
fan.
shot the video at his house, and then from there we went from there to Busta Rhymes video shoot. He
In
was
one
doing.
night.
It was daytime. The sun hadn't even went down yet. Me and Mac was riding over there. Shout out to Mac Main. We went over there. It was he was shooting. Was it A-Rab money? How long is it? We getting A-Rab money? Yeah, it was that. They
Oh,
was
I
shooting
can
that.
hear
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then something happened. A fight broke out, and everybody left.
Oh my God! So you just been doing video shoots coast to coast.
Yeah. One of the funniest videos was Mrs. Officer.
Mrs. Officer.
Because that's when I had first got down with Young Money,
You were pretty new.
but I was still pretty new, so I was still walking on eggshells.
and you
Like-
can't see him in the video.
like
Not like that,
and
but like
this- see, that's the story I'm getting to.
that.
Now, Wayne had a scene where everybody was putting on like the gel outfits. If you want to go pull up the Mrs. Officer
He's
video,
in the video.
if you go like this, you're not gonna see me. It's over. It's a dub.
But
You
he's
feel
in
me?
there. He has a white T-shirt on. He's in there.
So
That's why I'm your number 1 fan.
So thank you. I love you, baby. I love you. Partner left. So Wayne had a scene where everybody was wearing gel outfits, like the orange jumpsuits. And
Where did you guys do this video at?
we was in Miami, like downtown Miami. They blocked off. This is when he sold 1 million records first week now. So this is
Millie was already out.
hold on now. Not like that, but not like that. The budget was a whole lot different at this time for my man. This was not none of that other shit that y'all was used to. So they was doing like the Mrs. Officer and mixing it with the Comfortable with Babyface.
Yes.
Oh man.
That was one of my
So
favorite
we had the
things.
jumpsuits on. So I'm still, so Mac over there, Wayne in the front. And after we got done, she asked baby, and I'm like, okay. So Birdman over there, he like this.
Doing a hand rub.
He leaning like on the cop truck. Wayne right there, Mac right there. My stupid ass, I'm way back there. I'm doing shit like this. I'm just sitting, I'm
He vibing.
so
In his own vibe.
Wayne comes all the way behind the yo. I have to put this scene in here so y'all can
Please show
understand
the
what I mean.
people.
Wayne literally has to come behind the area where I'm at and put his arm around me and be like, I literally got to do this because if you don't, the editor gonna take you out the video. And I was just like,
because he's trying to give you pointers on how to be in the video.
He trying to give me a look, right? And I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At this time, I'm not even asking to get on a song.
You're like, bro.
I'm not.
I need you to be
I'm
in
not.
the video.
I don't know. I don't want to overstep my boundaries at this point. I don't want to be
But
like.
he's a
Remember
fan,
on.
too.
You're right, but remember on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where they let Belle Biv DeVoe shoot the video in the house. And the nigga was like that.
He was doing way too much.
He was like, I didn't want to be that guy. So I was just, oh man, I'll never forget that. Oh, after that though, it was over.
Shout out to Wayne. He was trying
It was
to put you. He was trying
in the
to put you
Lollipop
right.
video. That was the first Lil Wayne video I ever went to. You think I was walking on eggshells in Mrs. Officer? Go look at the Lollipop video.
No.
If it's at the end where we all by the pool and we jump around and all that. If you look, there's a guy with some Dolce & Gabbana glasses on. That wasn't mine. Those was my man glasses, and I lost them at the video shoot. He was hot. I probably owed him about $700 for them glasses still.
God.
You see me with the Yankee fitted and the Sergio Tacchini sweat something. But I'm like way behind T Streets and everybody. It's like, fam, why are you always off to the side
Like,
in the videos on the back?
You are a crew. You need to
But
move
you know
up.
what that made me realize over the years? Maybe I'm too cool, or maybe it's just passiveness. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
different,
trying
bro.
to be all in the camera all of the time. Like I always tell people, like, I've been like Jae Millz. They stopped calling me Jarvis at 14. Like I've been Jae Millz since 14. I went to South Beach at 15 years old. So everything been different to me. It's kind of like, not saying nothing impresses me, but nothing makes me feel like I gotta, look at me, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes maybe it might cost me, but it was definitely a few times where Wayne was like, yo, you just want to stand in the back.
Yeah,
like,
you're
don't-
you.
all
Like,
right,
we
cool.
need you to be in the camera.
Don't worry about it. You gonna be seen.
He's trying to tell you.
I remember on Bedrock. Wayne was like, he's like, I ain't gonna lie, you killed that shit. But they ain't never gonna play your part on the radio. He said, nigga, you the sixth nigga on the song, and we got a hook. You better be happy if they ever play your shit on the
But they
radio.
did.
You still gonna get paid though.
But they used to play it. That's how crazy people were going over the song that they used to play
the
it.
most disrespectful shit in the world used to be Every Girl.
Not every
No.
girl.
It wasn't Every Girl. It was Bedrock. You raggedy bitches that used to do that shit where y'all play Wayne and then play Drake and Nicki and then come back like, all right, that was Bedrock. Whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. That is a low vibration. That is a low vibration pick right there. Don't do that with me. Play my shit. Let Tiger play, Mills do all that shit.
But I was in LA
Let
at
that
that
shit
time,
play,
and
then
they
he be
used to
like,
play it.
gotta, Jae Millz.
I think, and I'm gonna be honest, I think they used to play because they wanted to hear that part. Everybody liked that part.
Man,
on the
they used to
radio.
chop suey me on Bedrock. Fuck y'all. I
Yeah.
can't wait for the Flintstones to do a movie. let Pixar or one of them do the Flintstones movie. You niggas is done. I'm changing my number on all you raggedy bitches.
Okay, Lonzo.
Yeah, watch me.
Okay, Lonzo.
Now, we were supposed to been talk about this. I know you don't care too much to talk about this, but as a fellow Virgo,
Oh my God.
I feel like Katt Williams started this year off with very big Virgo energy.
He did.
Right? And I remember when I first watched the episode, because the episode been out for about 2 weeks now. Like it done, I could read the numbers because Shannon Sharp just put out, like he gained 600 TikTok followers, and now he had 1.3 million. He gained 400 YouTube thing. Now he had 2 points. So he's showing like, yo, in the last 2 weeks, these are my numbers. I'm at 1.2 on TikTok now. I'm at 1 point this on here. I'm at 1 point this on here. I was only at 400 before. I was only at 300. I got 1.2 million audio downloads. I got this. And when you seeing that, because the Katt Williams interview might have had about 30 million 30 million views in 48 hours. Now, a lot of people might say that was only because he was talking about other people. That was only because I mean, you can say that, but it's a lot of things that he said in the interview that I looked at that was bigger than the shit he said about Steve Harvey and a man unit or the such entertainer stealing jokes. It was like, yo, he was homeless. You know what I'm saying? He adopted 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like when he said, if somebody booked me for $100,000 in their city, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna give a bunch of thousands to the homeless and buy food and all that. You just gave me $100. It's like it's the scenes like that. Saying he paid $75,000 for Melba Moore's Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Mm-hmm. Now people will pay attention to the stealing joke shit, the Ricky Smiley, the this and that, but they'll overlook all of the.
Absolutely,
I paid for somebody's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because talk about that. They probably didn't have enough to do it.
They don't want to talk about that.
They don't want to talk about that.
Unfortunately, they want your bad to outweigh the good instead of the good outweighing the bad.
And a Virgo ain't gonna let you get away with that.
So as your fellow Virgo brother, how did you feel? Did you feel the pain? Did you feel like you walked on the journey with him, watching the entire? Because you were one of the people that watched the entire interview. So watching the entire interview, do you feel like you were walking in his shoes? You know, like when people tell their story, you're like, you know what? I feel like I went on a journey with them in that hour and a half, or that 2 hours. Do you feel like you walked on the journey with the highs and lows with him, being that you didn't just watch the clips, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, because he didn't. Katt Williams didn't make it seem like, oh, everything is somebody else's fault.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel that. I didn't feel I'm the biggest comedian in the world.
Okay. I
didn't feel that. I felt when it was time to talk about comedians and Shannon Sharp asked him, well, who do you like now? Who's some of the comedians? I like all of them. I like DC Young Fly. I like Carlos Miller.
So you don't feel like...
I think Desi Banks is cool. I think Jess is hilarious. He didn't, I mean, they all the same. They Instagram comedians. Okay. He didn't like stomp on that shit.
And belittle anybody.
He made you be like, because if I'm Desi Banks or if I'm DC and I'm Carlos and I'm Chico and I'm Jess is hilarious, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know he felt like that.
You know I might not even know he watched me.
I didn't even know he paid attention to me.
Right.
But if he would have shitted on them,
it would have been a different
they would have never forgot it. You'd have been the old hating nigga. You mad.
And the crazy part is
you mad, you jealous, you this and you that. Even if I did grow up on you, when you shit on me, fuck all that shit I grew up on. Fuck you and fuck. And I'm glad that he didn't do that. He didn't come up there and just talk crazy about Ricky Smiley. He said, I didn't like the fact that you sat here and you let him say that he stole the movie I was in. Now that's the Virgo shit.
Well, I have to ask you. I have to ask you this because I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't watch the whole interview. I seen a lot of clips, and then people were telling me about different things. So I asked you because you watched the entire interview. I like to hear from someone who watched the entire thing from beginning to the end, and you're a Virgo, so you understand the energy that was projected. And you were one of the people that told me, like, when he started the interview, he didn't come in blasting. You know, it wasn't hit him up when he started.
He answered questions.
So I feel like
he came with smoke though. He was,
but he didn't start off like that.
Nah.
Tupac, he didn't start off like that. But you guys,
something took him to that point.
And I always tell you, some things take you to that point. You had it in you, but something takes you to that point. And I told you that about the Iverson interview when I was watching that. I was like, he's a true Gemini. He didn't just wake up with that energy. Something took him to that point. And you was watching Mello earlier, his interview. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching Mello.
But shout out to Mello. He's a Gemini
Mello interview, and he was telling not Mello interview, his podcast.
His podcast,
7 p.m. in Brooklyn, and
I'm not sure what episode it was, but I did.
He was talking about his situation with Garnett.
And what did I say? I said the same thing. I said Mello seems very chill and laid back.
Dana didn't remember the Honey Nut Cheerios.
No, I remember the incident, but I didn't see
Mello going to the locker room and the bus.
No,
so to see him explain it, we were sitting there like,
I remember the incident, but I didn't watch the whole episode with you. I kind of like walked in on that part. So I was saying to him, I was like, I think something took him to that point, and you was like, well, let me take you back to where. I know. Let me take you back to where it started. And I'm like, oh, I remember that incident. So I feel like people take you to those points and they bring those moments out of you. And that's why I was asking you, do you feel like you went on that journey with Katt Williams? Because he didn't start the interview out like that.
Yeah, he didn't.
And from what you told me and what a few other people that watched the whole thing told me. He had some valid points.
He did.
And he wasn't a person that didn't shy away from the questions.
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't shy away. He ran full-fledged
in
into
detail,
the questions.
like Virgos do, and very.
Oh, we super detailed. Sometimes we so detailed it make you be like, yo, just wrap it up, yo. Just wrap this one up, yo.
Well, shout out to Shorty, because we were talking about that when we watched Shorty's documentary.
What's the coming up short?
Coming up short. Shout out to Shorty from the lynch mob. He passed away a few years ago, and I went to the service. Rest in peace. And you got to meet him verbally on the phone. You spoke to him. You guys had a brief conversation.
Yeah, that's when I was trying to go for the Ice Cube role.
Yes.
And Straight Outta Compton, and then I did the first interview thing, and then I bitched up for the next one.
But Shorty told you to go for it. He gave you some pointers on that, and I brought that up.
Ice Cube's son would have got the part anyway. So
oh my God! But I brought that up because in his documentary he was saying the same thing. There were some highs, some lows, but if you watched it from the beginning to the end, and it's on Amazon Prime, then you would get the same vibe. You know, it's not just all negativity. People think you're just coming out blasting people, and they take away what they want to from your story. That's just the way of life. That's just what people do, I think. But your Virgo brother.
Yeah, he said.
So Shorty was telling stories in his documentary, very detailed, like a true Virgo does.
He set 2024 on fire. Katt definitely set it on fire.
He did.
What awards just happened? What was it? The Emmys.
Mm-hmm.
The Emmys. What was the other one? The Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
Don't kill me. I don't pay attention to a lot of that shit because I'm not nominated for a motherfucking thing at none of them motherfuckers. So y'all should be lucky I'm even giving y'all some ratings and watching that shit. I said lucky like I'm changing the ratings if I don't or if I do watch. Fuck out of here. But I saw Angela Bassett.
She won.
Yes. Shout out to Angela Bassett.
Niecy Nash.
Congrats to her. Niecy Nash. I saw her speech. Her speech was really, really dope.
Amazing. Yes.
Her speech was really,
These
really
are people
dope.
that we've been fan of.
I don't like to see Taraji going through all of this right now, especially with the color purple and like everything.
No.
I feel like they putting more light on Taraji wasn't paid this, that, and she said this and she said
that. But it's overshadowing all the good stuff that she did, all her hard work. Another Virgo, and I feel like
look, I don't be trying to do it like that.
Not like that, but y'all everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the page.
All the Virgos, jump in the comments.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish if we was live right now, we had the super chat, I would tell all y'all, you know what I'm saying? throw the Virgo emoji in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many of you guys out there.
It was something else I wanted to say. I just forgot.
The Virgos distracted you.
Yeah, man. The Virgo stuff distracted me.
Yeah, around the world.
So next week, next episode, we got some new things for y'all. We got a few announcements.
Yes.
Got a few announcements for y'all next episode. We're gonna save it for next episode because we're still working on some shit right now. So we don't want to say nothing prematurely and then fuck everything up.
Please don't.
You know what I'm saying? So
please don't.
We got a few announcements for y'all next episode. I would talk about a lot of the pain that people feeling from the NFL right now in the playoffs, but
oh my God.
Yeah, PrizePicks just been fucking my life up. I had to get FanDuel up. Like I had to take the app off my phone, but
now I got
PrizePicks. But you know what I'm cool with on PrizePicks because this ain't
it's not
a ad and none of that. This ain't no topic. None. We about to get out of here. But PrizePicks, at least if I don't hit all my picks, they'll give me some of my money back. So that don't make me feel like a degenerate gambler. Because if I get a couple dollars back, I could use that money to make my other bet. So it's not like I'm just keep going into my checking account like, oh, let me, you know what I'm saying? And don't show me how much I've been spending. I know. Trust me, I know.
The type of gambler
don't show me this is how much you spend. Like, don't show me that. I don't
want to see what I could have won.
So she hate when I come in there. I'll be like, babe, look.
I could have won $1,200. I don't want to know what you could have won.
I just needed him to have 2 more.
But I don't want to know what you could have.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to. No, you need to see it because you need to know why I'm walking around this shit. Jarvis, you all right? I'd have been.
You ready to eat dinner?
I'd have fucking Nurkic would have had 3 more rebounds. Nigga, Shay have 33 every night. Tonight, nigga want to have 24. Tonight, I put money on him. Now I'm gonna keep this a buck before we get out of here. Tonight, I had Joel Embiid for 33.5 points less. This nigga went out there and gave Joker 40-something points.
But that's the thing.
Fuck my whole shit up. I don't even mean to be talking. We out of here, yo. Forget it, yo. Because I'm like, I don't even want to keep talking about this no more. But Joel Embiid, you wilded out today. You did some real bullshit. Josh Allen, that shit you pulled the other day, I needed you to get 228. That 203 you put up, that was trash. That shit was bullshit. I'm keeping it a buck.
Okay, Katt Williams, brother.
See? You see how easily it just go to that? How did we start talking about sports? How did we start talking about sports? I love all y'all, man. I don't got no... Whatever, man. I'm still going to put in more picks tomorrow, too.
He says all of this, and he probably still has the app up on his phone right now.
Yeah. I got 2 live bets right now, but it's over.
See what I'm saying?
It's over because the nigga was supposed to have this. And I had Jamal Murray.
See what I'm saying?
For 11.5 in the first half. He had 4 in the first half, but he had like 17 in the second half.
But you said you had heat for PrizePicks.
Nah, they got heat for me. Last week I was hitting them though. I hit them last week.
But that's what happened.
We was booming last week.
You can be booming
I was hyped,
and
I feel like the PrizePick devil was just like he jumping around.
He was like, you did a lot.
He jumping around.
You're shaking too much.
3 days in a row.
You're shaking.
3 days in a row with the plus sign before your money.
Too much green.
Yeah, them niggas like nope. Get that nigga that subtraction.
Yeah, up, whoop, it's
whoop,
over.
oh, yeah,
it's
whoop,
over.
yeah.
It's over.
All right, I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
And this is JANA After Dark.
Episode 7.
I love you. We love each other. We hope you love each other too. Bing, 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 bing. I ain't even have to think about it that time. I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with it.
Oh my God.
Love.